Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another war selection video. And yes, I am sure you'll be glad to know that for the start of this year I am back. And I am back on the YouTube grind. Not only for war selection, but also for much more content that I have hidden in the files, and you guys will start to get an insight to the real Donny Does MMO, or the real Donny. I have taken a break recently from everything online really and focused on work for a little while to try and get back to normal after the 2 years that everyone has had. I'm sure you guys all understand, but I'll be trying my best to make it up to you, and of course I hope you all had a great Christmas and New Year's. Hopefully 2022 will be much better for everyone. With that being said, let's crack on with the review of the kind of new country, Poland. I know it's a little late, but I hope you enjoy. Let's start off by taking a look at what you get in IR1. We'll take a look at the stables first with an all new horse unit, the Ulan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, but these annoying horse units take only 40 seconds to make. They take up 2 population as usual like any other horse unit, and the cost is very cheap at 250 food and 50 wood. In IR1 this is extremely cheap and are going to be perfect to try and get into the enemy's backline to hassle everyone's economy. These will be ideal for taking out a lot of workers. Taking a look at the stats of the unit, a speed of 95 will be enough to keep up with most horses in the game. They seem to be quite weak but make up for it with the amount of damage they do. I am sure if you had a nice stack of 20 to 30 of these, you're gonna do some damage. Unless they have death sights or something, then you'll have to run the other way, but they do look great. They also get a unique ability in IR2 that you have to get an upgrade for, but we'll move on to that shortly. Moving on to the next unit we get in IR1, and this one comes from the factory. Let's have a look at the all new tank, the Tankette KS. Before you have access to this, you need to grab the upgrade from the arsenal for all the tanks, but then you have this fast moving, kind of fast shooting armoured unit that only takes 80 seconds to make. It costs 4 population, 200 food, 200 wood and 400 iron. As you can see, they are quite small but very effective. They shoot in small bursts, dealing 100 per burst if they're accurate. With each shot they do 20 damage and have very good armour for IR1. You would definitely need a stack of these in order for them to do some real damage to your enemies, as all you would need is a few howitzer shots per unit to take these out. These also get a unique ability in IR2, but again you'll find out about that later. Once again they look like a great addition to the new country Poland. Well, that is pretty much it for the IR1 units you get, but I am sure you could notice the new images down in the bottom right hand corner. I'll show you guys the all new stone mine that has been added. I have seen this request in the Discord a few times in the past for a stone mine of some sort. Although it's unique to Poland for now, I feel like this would be a great addition for every country to have, and maybe just give Poland one a bit of a buff to make it that little bit more unique to the rest. However, it's a great idea that has been implemented and is a great example of the developers listening to the community. This bad boy costs 2,500 food and 1,500 wood to make, which is pretty expensive, but I guess it's worth it in the late game so you don't have to worry about workers as much. So it's going to provide you with a much bigger army of course. This mine also produces 60 wood every tick, which I believe is every sort of 10 seconds, so you can imagine it's going to add up in the late game. Now we also have a new structure we can build, and it replaces the anti-tank hedgehog you get for any other country usually, and they have named this wall Dragon's Teeth. Costing 120 wood instead of a normal iron, this is another great way to block out any heavily armoured units coming your way, and if you double stack it, you can block everything coming into your base if you wanted to. Poland is going to be another great backline country to help out teammates rather than attacking on the front line. I mean, they would still be effective on the front line, but much more effective in the back. What do you guys think? Let's move on to Poland IR2 now, and find out what else is new. When you get to IR2, you get the normal trench mortar upgrade in the arsenal like every other country does, but then when you look at the stables, you have a new upgrade, and it's called grenades. Oh boy, this means that we now have horses with grenades for Europe, and something that's actually going to counter against Turkey's Zambaraks. This upgrade costs 2,000 food, 1,000 wood and 200 iron. Also 2 minutes for it to pop, but when it does, these grenades are going to be incredible on these speedy Ulan. I mean, I'm very excited to see just how great these are going to be. Onto the barracks now, and we finally have a new unit. The Saboteur. Invisible to the enemy but can be detected by any defense or towers. Taking only 60 seconds to produce, 300 food and 300 wood. These guys seem incredibly sneaky and are going to be perfect in the late game as scouts for your team. You can send these to all points of the map to find out what your enemy is going to be up to. Of course they are going to be weak because they are meant to be light on their feet, dropping off bombs that do huge explosions as well. This is just another perfect way to play mind games with your enemy and give them one more thing to worry about in game. It's another great addition and it seems to just get better and better. Who knows what another year of War Selection is going to bring, the new units and new skins and who knows. Another upgrade now, and this comes from the Tankette KS. You remember the first IR1 tanks? Yeah, well they get an upgrade costing 300 wood and 100 iron, taking only 60 seconds to turn these small tanks into something amazingly... Oh wait, no, they're still small. But they do however get upgraded to an explosive projectile instead of a small spray of 5 shots that they got before, increasing the damage by quite a bit, and you can now take out buildings a lot easier. You can even mix the non-upgraded version of these and the upgraded versions as an army in itself, and you're going to do some great damage, or even defense behind your dragon teeth wall. It's going to be brilliant. Now on to the final new unit and the final new thing of the game, and yes, of course I have saved the best until last. We have another brand spanking new tank with a new mechanic as well. The Amphibious Tank. You can probably guess by the name what kind of mechanic I'm talking about, or you've already seen them in action by now. But if you don't know, then you are in for a surprise because these bad boys can freaking roll on water. They transform into a boat that you can then turn into a tank again, but the best thing is, they can still shoot whilst being on the sea or in the water. Taking 130 seconds to produce, a not very high 8 population, 500 food, 600 wood and a whopping 800 iron. You can expect to make your enemies go crazy with these. Yes, they do move kind of slow, but the armour and damage do make up for it. Who needs boats when you have these? Just look at it take out this crocodile. I mean, the accuracy is not that great, but who cares? When you have like 30 of these, the accuracy is not going to matter. I am very excited once again to see the kind of plays people come out with in the future, and Poland is looking just fantastic. Well, there you guys have it, a quick review of the new country Poland. At least everything new about it anyway. As mentioned before, Poland is going to be best in the backline in my opinion, and definitely on sea maps. Even though they do not have any new boats to go up against others in IR1, they still have the normal machine gun trawlers and I think battleships, so if in doubt you can still use them as well. Or just add your army of tanks from the land to go on the sea. It's pretty great. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this review of Poland and let me know what you thought about it down below. Be sure to like the video as it does help grow the channel in ways you could not imagine. Subscribe to the channel as well to not miss out on anything that gets posted, and be sure to check out the links in the description to get involved with the community. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, peace!